We just got an invitation to Becca's party. The party will be at Madison Park. Yeah, I'm not sure where that is either. We better look at a map. What is a map? A map is a tool that shows details about an area. A map can show continents or countries. It can also show states or towns and cities. Maps can show streets and roads and landmarks that make a place special. A globe is a map on a round model that shows places all over Earth. Precipitation maps show how much rainfall or snowfall an area gets. Transportation maps show subway or bus routes. Landform maps can show mountains, deserts, or plains. Natural resource maps show resources like coal, oil, or minerals. And there are population maps that can show you how many people live in a place. Maps can help you find your way around, too. Maps use symbols, and the map key tells you what they mean. Not exactly, Moby. What is a map key? A map key is a chart that explains what symbols mean on a map. It's also called a legend. This is a map of New York, and here's the map key. On this map, a black dot stands for a city. A star stands for the state capital. An airplane stands for an airport, and lines stand for highways and roads. There are also other symbols that stand for bodies of water, parks or forests, and mountains. Oh, and a star inside of a circle stands for the country's capital. Maps can have different symbols, so it's important to always look at the key. That's a compass rose. But what does a compass rose do? A compass rose is a tool that shows north, south, east, and west on a map. It helps you find your way and understand directions to and from places. Let's see. We're here at school. If we go north, we'll get to the museum. If we go west, we'll get to City Hall. Well, the hospital is south, but it's also east, so it's southeast of us. The post office is north and west, so it's northwest of us. I have an easy way to remember the order of the directions. Never eat soggy waffles. Becca's party is at Madison Park. Let's look at the map to see where it is. To get to the park, first you go east on Pine Street. Then you go north on Lincoln Way. Right, Moby. There are different ways to get to the park. I don't know which way is faster, but I know how to find out.
All right, first grade, we're going to stop it there because the next part of the map is something she's going to talk about, which is this map scale. And we don't need to know about map scales in first grade, so I was going to stop the video right there because she already hit the two main things that we need to know in maps. The compass rose, and she used the same fun way that we did the other day, never eat soggy waffles, didn't she? And then the other thing that's important in our map is our map key. Now, I thought it was pretty cool today. When we were looking at books this morning, a student had a book called Lions. And of course, we know this is a nonfiction book, but in his nonfiction book, he had let me find what page it was on, a map. And it was the map of the world. Let's go this way. And I saw, and we were looking at it, that it had didn't have a compass rose on it, but it did have a map key. It's toward the bottom. You could see it's hard to do this because it's backwards on my screen. There's the map key. And then on this map, it had our continents and our oceans. So we thought it was pretty cool. But we looked at this map key, and can you read what that says on the map key? It says where lions live. You see that? And if you see there's like a red little, I think it's a square. I can't really see it from my angle, but it looks like a red square. So if we look on our map, we want to look for that red shape, and that'll tell us where lions live. I'm going to scroll my map down. And do you see any of those red things? I do. What continent do they live on? Can you see that? Africa. So you see how the map key is so important? It gives us details in the story. I mean, it gives us details in the map, not in the story, but it gives us details for the map. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And plus, I thought it was really cool because this map showed our continents. Do you remember how many continents we have? There are 7 continents, and how many oceans? That's right, there are 5 oceans. So let's go ahead and sing our continent song. We'll just go right with starting with the continents. He's got North and South America in his hands. He's got Europe, Asia, Africa in his hands. He's got Australia and Antarctica in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. So this next Friday, we are going to be having a test, and I really want you to know your continents. So I think I gave you a paper that just showed you the continents and the oceans. And let's look quickly at the oceans here. You'll see that by North America and South America, but way on the west is the Pacific Ocean, which is the largest ocean. Then by North America is the ocean we live near. Which ocean is that? The Atlantic Ocean. And then we have the Indian Ocean, which is by Africa, by where the lions live. And on the top, we have the Arctic Ocean, and that is the ocean that has a lot of ice on it. And then at the bottom, this one doesn't show it, is the Southern Ocean that's around the continent. So we are going to have a test on those next Friday. So let's keep practicing. Tomorrow, I want you to make a map. And so you could use, probably the best thing to use is just use a paper. We'll talk about that more tomorrow. I won't send you the paper because it's just easier for you just to use your own paper and then take a picture of it. Okay, so we'll work on those. So really remember what Moby and Annie taught us about the compass rose and about the map key. And then tomorrow we're going to use what we've learned this week and make our own map. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Hope you're doing well, and I will see you tomorrow in social studies.